So this reading is going to tell you the 3 significant changes that you will be going through in this month that you should be paying attention to. Now, to choose your timestamp or pile, you can pick one out of these 3 figurines. The first one is the one that is blind, cannot see. The second one is the one that cannot talk or cannot speak or is mute. The third one is the one that is deaf or cannot hear. So if you picked the first figurine, which is the one that is blind and cannot see, this is your reading. Let us begin. So first we are going to ask the cards, what are the 3 significant changes that are going to be happening for you? I think this change is the one which is the most significant one for you, as this came out with a really strong energy. It came out really fast. This is the 4 of Pentacles. This is the first change for you. Let us see what is the second change for you. The King of Cups. This is the second change for you. And this is the third change for you, which is the 5 of Pentacles. Let us now ask the cards, what is it that is stopping you from seeing this change that is happening in your life? The first one, let's see what is stopping you from seeing this change. What is blocking you from noticing this change of the 4 of Pentacles? 74. It's blind spot 74. Let's see what is the second change, what is stopping you from seeing the second change. It is 45, and let us see, the third one is 14, the 5 of Pentacles. So the first change that I see is happening in relations to you balancing your materialistic life. I specifically see that this is for your career and your workspace. You're supposed to really be working really strongly in this month on bringing in a change around your materialistic or work life. The one thing that is significant for you for this month when it comes to your work and the changes that you are seeing in your work is you trying to find balance and stability and grounding in your work in this very month. Now, the second change is the King of Cups. That means that you are becoming emotionally stable in your life in this very month. You are somebody who is going to open themselves up to more stability in terms of being more wiser about your emotions and being somebody who is ready for a relationship. Now, the third one I see is also a very significant change, which is actually linked to these 2 changes. And the third one is that you feeling not good enough. The third change is from within. You will start feeling not good enough, even though you are ready and that change has happened for this emotional stability. Even though you have found grounding and stability when it comes to your work, you will still feel incapable and you will still feel not good enough. So these two are more of emotional changes, and this is more of a materialistic change. Now let's see what is blocking you from seeing this change happen and seeing the change for what it really is. So for the first change of you balancing your career out, you finding grounding and stability in your career, the blind spot is means to an end attitude. So you thinking from the point of view that you will only find stability once you are fulfilling your needs. Your attitude is only of means to an end. That means that I will find stability and grounding in what I'm doing and in my career only if my career meets my basic needs. But that is not the entire truth. You are not seeing the entire picture here. Means to an end attitude, or only fulfilling your needs with the help of your career, usually does not mean you striking a balance or finding stability in your career. Sometimes what it really means to find stability and balance is achieving your highest potential in relations to the purpose that you are really carrying when it comes to your professional life or your career. So, if you are stuck in the means to an end attitude, or just fulfilling your needs, basic needs of bread and butter with your career, then temporarily you will find balance and stability, but in the long run you will not find it. So for you to truly find that grounding and anchoring, which is not coming from this space of the blind spot, to actually see the change that really needs to take place for what it is to move beyond this means to an end attitude, to move into a space where your balance and stability when it comes to your career is more meaningful, something that makes you feel whole and something that makes you feel happy. Now, for the second card of you finding balance and stability and being ready for your for an emotional encounter, or finding emotional stability, or being ready for something emotional, what is not helping you see this? Let's see what the blind spot for that is. What you are not seeing when it comes to this change is the filter. So the filter is that you are not seeing a particular situation clearly. When it comes to you offering your emotions to somebody else, and I very clearly see that it is towards somebody else, in terms of a relationship that you would want or desire after finding emotional stability within yourself, is the filter, is that you're not seeing the situation clearly for what it is. Maybe you're not seeing the person for what they really are. Maybe you're not very very clear about how you feel for a particular person because of the filters that you have put in your eyes, like this figurine, the one who's blind, who cannot see things clearly. Maybe it is due to the filters that you have really put yourself, which are fear based, which are not based out of confidence, which are not actually based out of stability. So that stability, that change is only going to strike once you see through that filter, once you actually not even go through the filter, actually remove the filter, because you don't really need it. You don't really need your eyes to be shut. You need to see things for what they are very clearly, for who that person is that you want to offer this cup to, an emotional stability to. And if it is yourself, offering yourself that also means that maybe you're still missing out on loving yourself a 100%, because you think that, okay, now I'm doing this, so I love myself. But that's not true. It is an ongoing journey. It's a lifelong journey when it comes to you loving yourself. Loving yourself one day does not mean that that is it, that self love journey is over. It's not the case. Now let's come to the third change that you're going through, which is the Five of Pentacles. That means that you are feeling not good enough. Not good enough in your workspace also. Not good enough in the emotional grounding also. Let's see what is the blind spot here. Why are you feeling not good enough, even though, say, you have clearly seen through these blind spots and have actually arrived at where you have to arrive at when it comes to balance and stability? Why are you still feeling not good enough? So, what you are not seeing is the gift. The gift in this situation, the present with a bow in this situation. The Five of Pentacles are telling me that you are not seeing what this situation is actually offering you. uh, how both these situations are teaching you such important lessons of living your life beyond means to an extent, living your life more in emotional stability, living your life from the space of having no filter of fears when it comes to offering somebody your love or yourself. You are not seeing it clearly that this is offering you such huge learnings about life and what it has to offer you in terms of lessons and to teach you to become a better version of yourself. So because you're not seeing that, the learning, that's why you're feeling this, which is not good enough. But actually, if you are taking all of these learnings to your stride, and giving yourself on a pat on the back for seeing things through the way that they are, then you, my dear friend, are good enough. Everybody in that essence is good enough, and nonetheless is always good enough. So see it through that you already are good enough. Even if you're not stable, even if your work life is not great, you're still good enough. So I think all the three things are you being asked to not stay blind anymore. Just take off your hands off your eyes and see things for what they really are. So I'm going to ask for some guidance with the Moonology cards. Let's see what your guidance is for this month. Show the world the real you. Yeah, yet again, just let go of that blindfold. Just let go of um, staying hidden, of not letting people see you for who you are through your eyes straight into your soul. Show the world the real you, and whatever is stopping you from showing the world the real you and being your most authentic, most true, most beautiful self, uh, let go of that. Does not serve you anymore. Let go. And I'm hearing the word friendship in my head. I feel like if there is an aspect of friendship in your life that really helps you in letting go of all of that, if you have a friend who really helps you in understanding what you need to let go of and can help you and assist you in the process, then definitely reach out to them. Yeah, so when it comes to that friend, uh, definitely move towards that friend, offer them whatever you want to offer to them. Maybe it can be uh, a few words of kindness, a few words of appreciation, that I see you for who you are, and this is what I'm channeling from your higher self, whoever is watching. I see you for who you really are, because I see myself now for who I really am. And that is why I'm coming in with this offer to tell you that I really need support right now. I really need to understand what am I not seeing clearly, to really understand what do I really need to let go of. Um, I feel like I have those things in my awareness, but I'm just not able to understand why, even after being aware, I'm not able to let go of it. Can you please help me so that I can do this for once and for all and feel better? I want to be like you. I want to be as free as you. I want to be the empress that you are. I want to be how beautiful you are as a person. And even though the empress is like a very feminine energy, now again, gender neutral, this is just an energy which is more towards a feminine nurturing kind of energy. So if your friend is a more of a feminine nurturing kind of an energy, then you really look up to that energy and you are very attracted to that energy because you yourself miss that energy within yourself somewhere. That's why you're pulled towards their energy of this nurturing and caring and very feminine and very confident personality, because these attributes you miss in yourself. And that's the beauty about relationships, that relationship is mirroring to you what you can be. That relationship is in your life to show you that this is what you can also be, as free as me, as nurturing as me, as kind as me, as compassionate and as confident as me, all at the same time. So your higher self says that I want to let go of all the burdens. I've had enough. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I have done enough. And therefore, I have decided that I want to move towards you and ask you for your support and your help. And I am not afraid anymore to go through these significant changes in my life. I'm okay with going through them all by myself, but I know I will not be able to see them as clearly as you would if you were by my side and would help me out with it. So I am not afraid of reaching out to you and asking you for assistance. Now, this is a bonus of the reading. And the bonus is that I'm going to draw a symbol for you that is going to be your guiding light as you go through these 3 changes. And this symbol is a channel symbol, it's a vision that I'm getting as a psychic. So the symbol is so. So clearly, it's a star. The symbol is a star, but I am drawing it over and over again. The funny thing is that it almost feels like it's almost symbolic of 2 things. One, I see my own tattoo, the star here, which is of, which means practice makes perfect for me. So maybe it is a symbol that is going to tell you how just keep trying and keep reminding yourself, and you will make through these changes and you will do the needful. And the second thing that I'm seeing through it is that your higher self is really nudging you again and again and again and again. Maybe you are going through similar patterns in your life again and again and again and again, and you feel like, oh my god, this is so cyclical, when will it stop, when will I stop feeling this way? So because the drawing, I made it in such a way, it almost felt like to me that your higher self is really nudging you to go through these changes, apply them, and just get it done with, because it's high time. So maybe when you see this symbol, also would be a sign for you to, for confirmation, validation, or to take a step or take some action, whatever it may mean to you. So yeah, that is all for pile 1. I wish you well through all these changes. Bye. Hello to whoever chose the second figurine, which is the one who is not speaking, the one who is mute, who cannot speak. This is your reading. I'm going to pull out tarot cards to tell you what are the 3 significant changes that you are going to go through. The first one is Knight of Swords. I feel like you are going to gain some major clarity about a situation in your life, and that is going to be very significant for you. The second one, I see that you are in a space where you are trying to juggle between 2 situations when it comes to your work in your life. Whatever your purpose is, your work is in your life, that is the most meaningful for you. You are going to be juggling between 2 things instead of just dealing with one thing. And the third change is that you are going to become a notch wiser in your headspace. You are going to, post gaining clarity, will also reach in a space where you are going to really learn how to master the level 1 of understanding your own mind, which I think is a very beautiful thing, because mastering your mind, any level of it, is an achievement in itself. Because if you are mastering level 1 of your mind, that means certain levels of your emotions are in your grasp, certain sections of your body and parts of your body are in your grasp. What I do see here is also in the bottom deck, the energy is of 4 cards, which are the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Devil. So I definitely see you, while going through these changes, are also in a space in life when it comes to your romantic life situation. Apart from these 3 changes that you're going through, these 3 changes might also be based on the romantic situation in your life. Maybe there's somebody who you really, really love and really want to move towards and want to offer them something. And whoever this person is, maybe you are gaining clarity about the relationship. Maybe you are juggling your relationship goals and your work life at the same time this month after gaining that clarity. And because you gain this clarity, you are mastering your mind, leveling up in your mind space, because whatever toxic patterns that you had, that you were attached to, you let go of them, because you realize that you really need to be in a space of marrying your own self first before you get into a committed relationship with anybody else. And what that means is you letting go of any toxicity that you have in your life that is not serving your highest good. So you chose harmony within and outside you by giving up and letting go of what was not serving you. And on the basis of this entire story are your 3 changes that are going to be very significant in this month for you. Now, I want to see, is there anything that is going to stop you from seeing what you really need to see to gain the clarity that you need for your situation of the romantic relationship or whatever you're going through in life right now? And the card that I've got is card number 25, which is the blind spot number 25. Then I want to see how can you balance your life situation between romantic life and your work life better. For that, we have the card number 63. Now I want to see, when it comes to you mastering your mind, is there something that can help you in mastering your mind? If you see and get to hear this, maybe this will help you master your mind. So we've got card number 19. So when it comes to you gaining the clarity that you need to gain, what might be stopping you from gaining the clarity right now is any form of resistance that you have. So you are not actually admitting to yourself that there is a resistance within you. There is a tug of war that is going on between you and someone else, or within you first. It is happening with somebody else because there is a tug of war within. Because of this tug of war that is happening within you, you are not able to clear the air out between you and this other person, and that's why you're not moving towards them and offering them what you really feel for them. That's why you're not gaining the clarity that you should uh, be able to gain by now about a particular relationship in your life. So admit to yourself that there is a tug of war, and the way that you would resolve that tug of war within you first and then outside of you is only after admitting and seeing it for what it really is. And maybe if you're not able to resolve this tug of war, this push and pull dynamic that is happening within you, um, ask for support from somebody who can help you out with it. Now, for you balancing your situation out, what will help you between your work and your romantic life? What will help you? Uh, what is going to help you here is that you are pushing something away. You are pushing something away which you shouldn't push. You are pushing either your work, in the sense, are you procrastinating your work, or you are not liking your work, so you're trying to avoid working in the sincere manner that you should, or you are pushing someone else away. Maybe it's the same person who you don't have clarity about, so you're pushing someone away. So you striking a balance here, again, between the push and pull, as I said. So you not pushing them away is actually going to bring you to a space of equanimity, a space of being in the middle ground, of being in the staying energy, of being in the being energy, instead of pulling either. So you're not pushing, neither are you pulling. Only once you stop pushing. For you, if you stop pushing, you will be in the middle ground. You will not be pulling back or be pushing anymore, which is going to help you strike this balance. Now let's see what the third card of change, of you mastering your mind here this month, what is it that is going to help you master your mind. So you will master the level 1 of your mind. As I said, when you do that, you're going to master certain emotions. When I said that you are letting go of certain toxicity, you are also mastering your body in some way, if you're into addictive patterns somehow. Then here, to master your mind means to commit to yourself. And what I see here is, why you're not able to master the level 1 of your mind is because you are not admitting to yourself also that you are not committed either to yourself or to another human being, and in general you're afraid of commitment. And if you are afraid of commitment, then you will not be able to master the level 1 of your mind, because to master your mind, it takes a certain sense of commitment. And if you're afraid of it, that is the entire reason why you have not been able to master your mind up until now. Let's see if there is any other guidance for you that is going to help you float through these changes. I see Four of Wands, I see Five of Swords in reverse, and I see Seven of Pentacles. Let's see if the Moonology cards have any guidance for you. Whoa, got 3 cards. Adjustments are required, expect powerful change, you are very close to achieving your goal. So I see that whatever adjustments you have made, that is not the full stop, it's just a semicolon. That means there's no beginning and end to it. Adjustments are going to be have to made in the journey of life, which is an ongoing one. So don't stop at that. Still inquire about what other adjustments you need to make to help you navigate, to help you gain clarity, strike balance, and master your mind. These 3 changes are very powerful changes that are going to happen for you in this month. Mostly it has already started. If you're watching this in the month of September, then after the 3rd of September, which was the new moon, this has already started taking started taking place in your life. Know that with these 3 changes, you're very, very close to achieving your short-term goal. I'm saying short-term specifically because this is the message that I'm getting, that it is a short-term goal. It is not a long-term goal. I hear when it says that commitment and bringing an offer to another person, harmony and marriage, all those cards do suggest that those are long-term goals, but to be honest, those are short-term goals, because your life is super long, and long-term goals are much more beyond that. These things are just the foundations. This is the bare minimum that you need in terms of change to start your journey of life within yourself or with somebody else. I see that harmonizing within yourself and really enjoying the process of this harmony, of this harmony, of you understanding that you're ready to offer your emotions to somebody else by letting go of whatever patterns. You enjoying this journey and this process and all of these changes is what is going to really make it wonderful for you. What I also see that, again, it's like double emphasis. Do not stress yourself with this entire journey of this madness. It's actually beautiful. It's just a shift of perspective that you need to understand that before the plant becomes a tree, the roots have to be strong, so that whenever a storm comes, the plant does not fall. So this is just happening for your roots to be strong. The real journey is still not taken place, because that is above the ground and above the soil. It's going to start once once all your roots and foundations are in place. So this is my reading for you. A bonus thing that I'm offering in today's reading is a symbol that is going to be maybe a sign for you. It's just going to be helpful for you. This is what I'm channeling through my vision. Let's see what your symbol is, how it will guide you. Oh, this is super easy. I see number 3, and I see years. Uh, you know how there are those headbands with like cat ears? So it's weird. So maybe cats might be significant for you. Maybe you someone who love cats. Maybe you coming across some cats, or adopting a cat, or having a cat as a pet, your cat being your best friend. I don't know, something like that. Maybe cats are very symbolic here. Maybe they are going to be signs for you. They are going to bring you messages. They are going to remind you of something that might be helpful. I see number 3 being very significant here. Maybe you seeing angel number 333, or you studying about the master number 3, understanding how life operates in threes with waking, sleeping, and dream state. Um, so, you mastering your life like this number, master 3, becoming more aware, one day at a time. Maybe this number is going to bring you a message in this month to your rescue, to help you out whenever you need it. So yeah, that is my reading for you. See you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. If this is the figurine that you chose, which is the one who is deaf, cannot listen, cannot hear, this is the reading for you. This is the pile for you. What I'm very instantly hearing is that you're not listening to yourself. Maybe your ears are also itchy because of that. Maybe there's some problem when it comes to you really listening to yourself, and because you're not listening to yourself and your inner voice, you're not able to listen to um, the world outside of you or the people around you and what they're telling you. So I think that is a very symbolic message that I have. And to move on to the changes that you will be going through in this month, let's see what is the first change that you're going to go through in this month. The first change, I see that you are going to be finding out a new way to earn money. You will realize that this opportunity was always in front of you, that you can make money out of this opportunity. Maybe this is like a business plan or a business idea that was already right there in front of you, but you never thought that if you actually see it for what it really is, if you commit to it, maybe you can also make money out of this. Maybe not right away, because this is a page card. It's the page card. Page code card is the youngest card, so maybe not right away, but eventually you will be able to make money out of this. This is the change that you will see, this realization that you will have. The second change that I see is, I see some sort of wow, I see some sort of commitment in cards for you, in terms of um, whoever oh lol. So whoever this person is that is there in your life, that you really want to that you really feel something for, but you have been avoiding, that you really want to start something with, but you are avoiding. You are finally going to realize that you want to offer them something, and that is what is going to probably lead you into a sort of a committed relationship with them. Now, committed relationship does not only mean, oh my god, this is a channeled message from your higher self. So you are trying to tell yourself that committed relationship does not only mean that it has to be a relationship like marriage. A commitment relationship can also mean la di da di da di da. So basically, I'm hearing excuses in my head right now that you're giving to yourself, because maybe you have some sort of fear of commitment. Pile number 2 is also very similar, I feel like. You have some sort of fear of commitment, because of which you are trying to find ways out of commitment, to tell yourself that no, 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 I don't want to do this. I'm hearing, when the way that I said no, 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 reminded me of Anjali, who was Rahul's daughter from the movie Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So funny. But basically, maybe you're not listening to your maybe you're not listening to your not listening. Linda, you're not listening to me. Reminds me of this video again that I watched, where this little kid was telling his mother that, Linda, you're not listening to me. So again, this card, this figurine, which is not listening, right? So maybe there's something or somebody who you're not listening to. Maybe somebody in your life that is trying to tell you something, but you're not really listening. You're not open to listening. Maybe this is the same person who you are resisting. You're not listening to them. And maybe this is your own inner child that you're not listening to. You're not listening to your own inner child, maybe, that you should really listen to help yourself come to this point where commitment is bare minimum that I am supposed to offer to somebody. Commitment is bare minimum that I'm supposed to offer to myself when it comes to loving myself. So why am I running away from this commitment? What am I not listening to that is happening within me, which is making me afraid of this commitment? Maybe it's something to do with your childhood. Maybe your parents were separated when you were very young. Maybe you have seen people having separations when you were very young. You have yourself experienced a very traumatic separation in one of your relationships, which is making you not commit. You really have to inquire within, and this is a change that you will be going through. And the third change is that you will be bombarded with a lot of things that you would have to work on for your spiritual growth. For your soul growth, there's a lot that you have to do. But that is not the real change. The change is not you getting bombarded. The change is you seeing it as a burden. You will start seeing it as a burden. It is not a burden. When it comes to anything that is your growth and you achieving your highest potential, trust me, it is not a burden. It is for you, for your good. And when there is something that is happening for your good, how can it be a burden? Why would you take it as a burden? I know it can be overwhelming, for sure. For sure, it's overwhelming. But it is not a burden in a negative connotation, because it is for your good. So if you are scared, if you are somebody who's scared of newness in your life, of change in your life with this Ace of Wands, especially when it comes to you achieving your highest potential, of you being the emperor of your life or empress, of you being victorious in your life, of you claiming the success, which is going to happen through changes only, which is going to happen through newness that enters your life only, by you claiming your highest spiritual potential. You are somebody who's afraid of newness, then only you will be feeling this burden. So my suggestion is to change and shift your perspective when it comes to you achieving your highest potential. It is okay to push yourself and be tough on yourself. It is a way that you support yourself to help you achieve your own highest potential. um, this is your life. So these are the three changes. And let's see how you're going to help yourself when it comes to you you trying to realize. How will you realize actually what is stopping you from realizing that there is a career opportunity right in front of you? There's a way that you can make more money right in front of you with a business idea or whatever. What is stopping you from seeing that? um, let's see what is making you afraid of marriage or commitment. um, let's see what is blocking you from letting go of this, not wanting newness into your life, and not um, being okay with change, and not being tough on yourself to push yourself. I see the first thing that is stopping you from seeing what you have to see for this business opportunity. um, you are attached to an aspect of temporary, of things being impermanent, which is stopping you from progressing. Yes, life is, it's going to begin and it's going to end someday. Everything is temporary, everything is impermanent. But because of that realization, you being afraid of stepping into something that you should be stepping into to make your life better in the present moment, that's the sad part. So if you have an opportunity, you are being afraid that this is not going to progress because this someday might just end. It is actually just the idea, might not really work. um, well, you are not taking a chance on your own idea, or you're not taking a chance on life, on an opportunity. Sometimes as entrepreneurs, you have to take risks and you have to take chances and take leaps. uh, this opportunity, because you're afraid of taking the leap, of afraid of taking the risk, of seeing this as something temporary, short lived, might end soon, might not be a success, might be a failure. You're not really committing to it. You're not really seeing that this is actually an opportunity which is going to bring you financial gain at some point of time, if not initially, which is how it goes for all businesses, right? So this is what is stopping you. Now when it comes to the commitment aspect of your life, to yourself and to this other person that I see here, that is there in your life, what is stopping you? Let's ask. I see you're very slow. I see where you're very slow. I started talking slow. I see that you're a very slow person. So I think you need to pick up some pace. Like this knight is an energy which is fast. Knight of Cups is not super fast. The horse is cautious. It's okay to be cautious, of course, because the more cautious you are, that means the more aware you are of what you're doing, which is a great thing. But to be slow, uh, even after being aware, is just stupidity. And you are in a state of means to an end attitude, which again means that you are living your life in a lack mentality. You are not understanding what you truly deserve. You deserve the best. Maybe you're somebody who has self-worth and self-esteem issues. Maybe you are somebody who does not feel worthy. You have self-worth issues. Let me tell you, everybody on this planet is worthy. Every single human being, every single being in nature is worthy of living the life that they're living right now. Be it a good life, be it a bad life. Everything is karmic. Everything in the karmic situation is teaching you something about life, about this planet. So you staying in a lack mentality of living a life on means to end and not really claiming what you truly deserve, just because you think that you're not worthy. Maybe you think that this person is too good to be true. You are not that good enough. That's why you're not taking a chance. That's why you're resisting commitment. That's why you're afraid. What is going to happen if I do commit? What if this person says no? What this person rejects me? What if I now commit to this person and later, because the person is too good to be true, they end up cheating on me or something like that? Not going to happen. All assumptions. And even if it happens, it's a lesson that you were supposed to learn, right? Life is all about lessons. So you taking a risk, taking a chance, again, I feel like is very important to get out of that lack state of mentality. Because once you do, maybe you get everything that you deserve. Maybe you are the happiest that you ever been. Who knows? You're stopping yourself from claiming that happiness just because you're in the lack mentality and you're not taking the risk and not seeing things for what they are. Now, when it comes to this burden aspect of you claiming your highest potential and being afraid of your newness, what you're not seeing here is that you do not have real clarity about why you're upset. You may even be denying that you are upset when you most definitely are. Improvement in the situation only will happen once you admit to the fact that you are upset and clearly understand why. If you do not understand that you're actually feeling the burden, if you don't admit to yourself that you're actually upset, and yes, that there are a lot of things that I need to grow from, I need to man up to. um, I, I have to first admit. I'm hesitating before speaking out a sentence. That means that I'm stammering, I'm hesitating. That clearly means that you are not even accepting to yourself, because out of fear or doubt or self doubt, staying in denial, that you are really upset with whatever situation that you are in your life. um, you are actually disgusted by your own self in some ways of the kind of life that you're leading. But being disgusted is not enough. You accepting that it upsets you, you are unhappy to the T, to your face, then taking an action towards this is what is going to help you. So you being aware that you are disgusted and things are going bad is not enough, is just not enough. Does not mean you are not enough. You are enough. And because you are enough, and you deserve better and more, you need to accept to yourself that you are upset and not settle for this unhappiness. It is temporary. But if you don't act upon it, it will prolong. It will get prolonged. It will just be your jam, your daily jam. You don't want that. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. Um, let's see what is the guidance for you from the moon cards. Okay, this is something that I felt like picking up, and this was lol. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to yourself, your emotions might be testing your commitment by making you feel a certain way, which is not okay by you. You're not feeling good emotionally right now. So your commitment is being tested towards your own self, because your emotions are behaving in a certain manner with you, to nudge you to actually work on your emotions and make sure that you start seeing things for what they really are and going through these changes that are very significant for you. Only way that you will realize and go through these changes and realize the changes is by meditating and contemplating and seeing them for what they really are, seeing them how they're really helping you. Let's see what guidance do the light seers card have to offer you. I see that there is collaboration in picture. So if you are somebody who has certain friends around you who can help you in seeing these changes for what they are, the commitment, the business being an opportunity, and the burdens, not seeing them like burdens and actually claiming your highest potential. If there's somebody who you can collaborate in this essence and ask for support from, then definitely do ask this person. It is really going to help you. Nine of Swords, I see that you, even though are in this dark night of the soul energy, in this energy of being rock bottom, I see a pillow. Maybe you're having nightmares also, maybe you're not sleeping well also. Know that this is only happening so that you can claim the best for yourself, for your life. The 10 of Pentacles, great marriage, great kids, the ideal life, a wealthy person, a beautiful pet. I see the tree of life, and from the tree of life emerging this beautiful sacred geometrical figure, which I forgot what it really is. But all I know is that I think it's a tree of life. Yeah, it's a tree of life, I think. So I see the tree of life blossoming with fruits of labor. So it's all gonna be okay. It is just gonna be okay. Um, yeah, I see a person who is the Queen of Pentacles in your life. So maybe you can reach out to her for collaboration. Queen of Pentacles is basically a person who is very, very passionate about her career, is very wealthy. Um Now, wealth does not really mean that they're monetarily very well off. Wealth means that in their true essence, they are wealthy because they're mentally healthy. So reach out to this person. The person is really going to help you. Now for the bonus of the reading, I have a symbol for you that is going to help you on your path ahead. This is a vision that I am getting instantly for you. I have not pre-decided this. That's why I'm talking, so that I take time to think. I don't know why I'm explaining so much the back end of my thoughts. Maybe uh, by the end of this reading, you have started listening to your own thoughts, um, listening to your own inner guide by this time. So I see a spiral. I see a spiral, and I see a flower, and this flower is, oh, one of my favorites. It is a sunflower. So this flower is a sunflower. So I see that the sun reminds me of the spirit, the Atman. It also reminds me of the crown chakra, of wisdom, of thousand petal lotus. So you seeking your soul and your Atman is going to make you wise like the sun, uh, is going to make you blossom like a beautiful sunflower. So maybe the sunflower is going to be your guiding light in this month of changes for you. Maybe you will see a sunflower in places. Maybe a person is representative of a sunflower in your life who will help you through this situation. Um, Maybe the color yellow also uh, is very significant for you. It might help you in understanding your spirit. Maybe this person who is like the sunflower is also a person who brings you joy, ultimate joy, like this color yellow. This person is going to enlighten you about your spirit, and that's how you're going to become wise. Or otherwise, you're just going to see sunflower as a sign in places and in spaces very synchronistically to guide you to do the best for yourself in whatever situation that you're in. So, thank you so much. This was your reading. I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this. See ya. Bye.